What's that?
Start the Achaman and then.
Okay.
So first, please do Achaman and all the devotees that are getting initiated.
You better explain to them what to do. You explain to them what to do.
You got to place in your right hand. You do the 3 first to
Some of you may be a little on the newer side. Some of you have been around like for umpteen years like me. For those of you that are on the newer side, there are a few standard procedures, preliminary standard procedures. One of them is going on right now. This Achman. Those of you that are from India, you know what Achman is. Purification. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha. Sip water, and then 3 times. Purification. And then there's another procedure. In the Vedic texts, the procedure for diksha has 5 elements. Pancha means 5. Samskara means a purification. So one of those samskaras is the initiate receives kuntimala or neck beads. So that's the next procedure. It's one of the 5. And that's a procedure that we follow in ISKCON. You can find neck beads or kuntimala in our gift shop. And many of our devotees that are not initiated are wearing kuntimala. And Prabhupada encouraged it. So we can think of Krishna, and others, when they see us with these strands of tulsi beads around our neck, they know, oh, there's a Vaishnav. Or some people just may say, hey, what's that nice necklace you're wearing? Depends on their background. But that's a procedure that's going on right now. It's one of the Pancha Samskara procedures. If you'd like to know what the other 4 are, I'll say them while they're getting their neck beads. Tapa. In Sri Vaishnava tradition until today, men who receive Gayatri mantra, there's a brand, a conch on one shoulder, a lotus on the other shoulder, and it's hot, and it makes a permanent mark in the shoulder. Tapa, ow. So for Vaishnavas, Gaudiya Vaishnavas, according to the scripture, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, he's not going to be quiet without Mama. We know what happens. Okay. For Gaudiya Vaishnavas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our predecessor Acharya, explained that tapa is regret, that so much time I've misused. This human form of life is meant for God realization, and so much of my time has been misused. So it's not self-deprecation, it's just regret. Not obsessive, just regret. I've misused my time and energy, and the purpose of life has been missed. Tilak, Urdhvam Pundra, the vertical tilak. It's while we're taking some time. In our ISKCON stores, you can purchase neck beads, you can purchase tilak. And it's encouraged, whoever, tilak. So you mark the tilak. Prabhupada taught us in the early days, what is the tilak for? It's to mark the body as a temple of God. That's a nice understanding. Because Prabhupada was speaking to those of us from the West, just like on the top of a church, there's a cross. Or the top of a mosque, there's a sign that indicates this building isn't just a building, it's dedicated to God's service. So tilak means same thing. It's a message. But when the tilak is applied, it's also with mantra. On 12 parts of the body, the one that's visible is this one. Om Keshavaya Namaha. So our devotees have been already wearing tilak for some time, but in a formal way, according to this pancha sanskar procedure, tilak is given at the time of initiation. And a name, Narma, a name is given, a name that reminds one of the personality of Godhead, or his qualities, or his devotees, reminds one of Krishna. There's other traditions, men would have their head shaved, except a little Vaishnava marking in the back here. So there's procedures, and we just, quietly did a little bit of the procedure because it's what we can do here. Because this is Houston and the temple room is what the temple room is, vows will be taken before the deity, and then later there'll be a yajna. But the yajna is where we can have fire, and we don't have fire here in the temple room. We go to the Granga Hall and with fire and mantra and everything, the procedure, Agnihotra Yajna, Granga Hall. After the vows are taken, the names are given, and so forth. So that's all of that. And many of you have been participating in or observing or are initiated already yourselves, so you know all these procedures. This is just a little background for those that this may be a new experience for you. The event is very significant, and the significance of the event, in simple language, is two things: submission and acceptance. The submission is unto Krishna, the acceptance is by Krishna. Very simple. And therefore, a name that is in relation to Krishna or Krishna's devotees or Krishna's qualities are given so that the individual can remember Krishna. To anything, there's nice verses. There's a number. I'm going to recite a few verses. There's a number of nice verses that indicate the principle of what we're doing, that's submission and surrender, that there's primary angas or limbs or parts of this act of submission and acceptance. The acceptance, Krishna's ready, are we ready? That's the question. And in that submission, there's 6 items that are identified in Scripture and are discussed, elaborated upon by our acharyas. So, the first one is very simple. Well, it's fundamental. That's humility. Without humility, who's going to surrender and be submissive? Most of you, probably all of you, or most of you at least, will know that the most important verse of Bhagavad Gita is the verse in which Krishna invites Arjuna to become free from sinful reaction and take shelter of him. You know the verse? Sarvadharmam parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha yeshami masuchaha. Masuchaha. Don't worry. Because Krishna is giving his word, he's making a commitment to us, and he's asking us to Mam ekam sharanam. Let's see how it goes. He's a little restless, huh? You gonna be okay? We made friends. You gonna be happy or not happy? You can be happy, right? Good. That was a yes. Thank you. It'll work for about 30 seconds. No, sharanam. Mam ekam sharanam. So sharanam is a nice word. And, in one sense it's like, uh-oh. In another sense it's, ah. The uh-oh is surrender. Uh-oh. And then take shelter, safety. Because Krishna is the supreme, he's the supreme everything, and among the everything, he's all-powerful. And he's a place of shelter, so it's nice to be in a place where you know it's safe. What's safe in this material world? Answer, nothing. Whatever you think is safe, wait a while. Let's see. Because it's all temporary. The safety is not permanent, it's impermanent. There's nothing here that's permanent. But Krishna is permanent, and his extending himself, here are my 2 lotus feet, take shelter of my 2 lotus feet. And they're always there. And the place of shelter and protection is always there. It's nice. The shelter notion that's the nice one is like a small child feeling dependent upon their protector, the mother, father, or whoever is their protector. And when there's difficulty, their protector is the place of shelter. I'll tell a little story. I learned a lot when I visit China because I don't speak the language, but I learn from observing. And one of the things that happens when traveling is like this. There's a small child, and who knows what it is that prompts the small child to start screaming. Not crying, but screaming. And I've learned several things. One of those things is the parent that hears the child screaming knows it's their child. They know their child screamed. The other parents, but the mother or father, particularly the mother, they know the scream of their child. So one child was screaming. The mother had gone off to the bathroom. So mother wasn't there to be the shelter for the child. So this mother, that mother, the other mother, the child kept screaming and screaming. The mother came back from the bathroom, touched the child, peaceful. Shelter. Mam ekam sharanam. Take shelter of ekam, singular, one place, and not bahushaka yanantascha buddhayo vyavasainam, not many, 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 buhushaka, which is the place of shelter of persons that don't have Krishna's shelter. They have many branched intelligence that finds many shelters that aren't really shelter. But mam ekam, one. And so it's very important to know what that one is. What that one is that which is the source of everything. It's pretty simple. I mean, in principle, it's simple. The difficulty is our false ego. We're not so comfortable taking shelter because we're in the material world. We want to be independent. That's a problem. That's why we're here, is we want to enjoy independently. That's a problem because there's no such thing. So we'll cry or pretend or something. Crowds and small children don't seem to go well together. He's doing pretty well, though. You're doing very well. Congratulations. Another 30 seconds. Mame kam sharanam. This is it. This is the principle of initiation, diksha, is two things. I'll say it again. Submission and acceptance. There's a via media, Prabhupada's language, via media. The via media is representative of. The Krishna has representatives, and using Prabhupada's language, the current link. That language link has to do with disciplic succession. So many of you, looking around the room, many of you are experienced, some of you are newer. So Prabhupada has called this principle of disciplic succession the chain of disciplic succession. Chain has links that connect this link to that link to that link to the what's at the other end. And the other end is Krishna. And in between us and Krishna is a chain of disciplic succession. So the submission goes unto the current, using Prabhupada's language, the current link. But that current link submission goes straight to Krishna, or through disciplic succession to Krishna. Doesn't get stuck. They're submitting to me. Isn't this nice? It's not like that. The submission is unto Krishna. So the person who is submitting, the initiates that are receiving initiation, they should know, and all of us should know, the submission is unto Krishna, and the acceptance is by Krishna, through the agency of some representative. It's perfectly normal. The representative acts, it's like power of attorney. Everyone knows that one, power of attorney. You sign a document that gives power of attorney, and they can sign away your everything because they've got your power of attorney. Their signature means your signature. So the power of attorney representative of Krishna is the current link. The submission goes unto the current link, goes directly to Krishna. And the submission, the acceptances. So that's what initiation is. Submission and acceptance, with formalities, changing of neck beads and so forth. It's just an outward indication of submission. Prabhupada told us, what is the meaning of our neck beads? It's like a dog collar. I'm Krishna's dog. See? We have a little tag that says, woof woof or something. Whatever the dog's name is. So it's not, but it's similar. We belong to Krishna. We are his. And the submission is to accept that position. Now, my experience, I want to keep track of time because time is important to carry out this function. I attended a number of initiations that Prabhupada gave diksha to, a number of disciples. And I've also heard recorded lectures where Prabhupada has spoken, and invariably, here are certain verses that Prabhupada liked to make reference to, and I like to follow Prabhupada. So one of those verses is a verse that indicates that what's happening today is not optional. I'm not a Sanskrit scholar, but Prabhupada explained in the verse this word abhigatshet. Abhigatshet means it's imperative. It's not optional. So in order to make your connection with Krishna formal, it's imperative to make that connection through the disciplic succession. It's not optional. I mean, certainly one may be a nice devotee. There are many, many, many nice devotees that haven't had that formal submission and formal acceptance. And Krishna knows their heart, and Krishna accepts their devotion, their love, their service, their spirit. And the formality of diksha is to formalize that connection. And according to scripture, it's abhigatschet. It's imperative. It's something that one must do at a certain stage of life, at least. And it may happen earlier, may happen later. It's okay. It's a step that should take place. And then in that same verse, there's a description of who is that person unto whom one should surrender. Samatpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Samatpani, this is in Upanishad, Manduka Upanishad. And the Upanishads are very cryptic. They don't have whole sentences, they just little phrases. Samatpani literally means firewood in hand, wood in hand. Samatpani. Like, many of you know the story, even Krishna accepted diksha from Sandipani Muni because it's abhigatschet, it's imperative. To set an example, he didn't need, but to set an example, he was setting the example. So he went to the ashram of Sandipani Muni to go to school because he didn't get to Mathura till he was 11 years old and he hadn't gone to school yet. What little boy doesn't go to school till they're 11 years old? So his mother and father were Kshatriyas and their sons got to go to school. So that's the school he went to, Sandipani Muni school. So and he was really like a good student. He learned everything in 60 days. He graduated. Haribol. Got his certificate and the whole thing. But while he was there, he did menial service, as did all the other boys that were in the school. The menial service wasn't to humiliate, it's part of submission, some simple service. So that simple service that Krishna did with Sandipani Muni, Sudama Brahman, together the two boys, they made friendship. One is a Brahmin, the other is a Kshatriya by their family background. And they went to gather firewood. Because Sandipani Muni, one of the things that he did was he performed fire yajna, just like we're going to do in a little while. And he gathered the wood for the fire in the forest. Anyway, without all the details, it's a nice description in Krishna's pastimes. But Krishna also, did menial service. Samatpani, he was carrying the firewood for Sandipani Muni by gathering firewood from the forest. Samatpani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. That's again another cryptic phrase that means the qualification of the spiritual master is that they've heard shrotriyam from the Shrutis. Brahma nishtam, they were fixed with firm faith, nishtha, firm faith, nishtha, in the absolute truth. Shrotriyam Brahma nishtam. So, tasmat guru prapadyeta jigyasu shreya uttama. There's another verse that Prabhupada would quote. This is from the 11th canto Bhagavatam. Tasmat guru prapadyeta, tasmat, therefore. Tasmat guru prapadyeta jigyasu. Jigyasu is a nice word. It means inquisitive. I want to know. And you want to know what? The price of rice, or how to get a degree in your engineering class, or how to become elected some government officer, or So is it on the material side or on the spiritual side? Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. 2 words. Shreya means long-term benefit. The opposite of a long-term benefit is what children like. Preya means it's like play. Children like to play. With a squirt gun in his hand. So, they like to play. It's fine. Children like to play. It's fine. And then at a certain point in time, mom and dad say, time to go to school. And the child may say, I want to play. Okay, you can play, but some part of your day, like this childhood, from the tender age of childhood, you have to go to school. Because one day you're going to grow up and you can't just play. You're going to have to work. And you have to have some skills to do all that, so you got to go to school. You go to school. That's Shreyas. And then there's Shreyas Uttama, the ultimate benefit. Uttama. Uttama, above ignorance. Tama. Uttama. Shreya Uttama. Jigyasu Shreya Uttama. Someone is a candidate for diksha when they're inquisitive about the ultimate benefit of my soul. Because we've been at this, who can say how many times we've been at this, taking birth and doing the whole thing again and cycling again? Who can say how many times? We don't know how many times. And is there an end to those so many times? And there is. It takes this inquisitive into the Shreya Uttama, and then making a connection with someone, Brahmani Upashamashrayam, someone who has taken shelter of Brahman, time performing devotional activities in a consistent manner. And they've been recommended for this initiation. And then there's other procedures I won't go into, but basically understanding what's the significance of what's going on right now, making this formal connection and being accepted by Krishna before the deity, before the Vaishnavas, before the spiritual master. So it's very significant, long-term significant. The rest of one's life, significant. Vows are taken that are for the rest of one's life. That's serious. For the rest of my life, I'm going to brush my teeth. Or something I'm going to do every day, without fail, every day. Without fail, every day, for the rest of my life. That's big. And on the spiritual side, not just brush your teeth, or take bath, or put on clean clothes, or cleanliness, and then make the outside and make the inside clean every day, every day, every day for the rest of my life. Because there's this Shreya Uttama, Jigyasu Shreya Uttama purpose that I understand. The human form of life is meant for that purpose, and I want to go there. Okay, so the procedure is looking at the clock. Do we have everybody, all 5, go and pay obeisances and come one by one? Because otherwise it's going to take a long time. Those of you that are being initiated, you know who you are, except for this little boy. Go before Srila Prabhupada, offer your obeisances, come back, pay obeisances. I'll ask you some questions, your vows for initiation, and give you your spiritual names. You better stay. Unless he goes with you, you both stay. You go with him, that's good, okay.
them in the
Now, what to do about speaking something about the candidates? Are you going to do, you personally? You got a microphone? Who's going to do? You orchestrate it. You just tell him. He's got it started.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Stand up so people can see you. You have such a nice smiling face.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. I have been known Raghava Perumal for close to 20 plus years. He's a very good close friend of mine. Okay, I've been known Raghava for close to 20 plus years. He's a very good close friend of mine. We used to work together for a very long time.
Really?
And in the same company, in the same project. And that's how we got introduced to this. And we used to chat in the coffee break and drinks time, and then we just go talk to him. And he was inquisitive of this. But his journey looking at 20 years is personally very mystical and very special for me. Because he was at one end of the spectrum. He was pure into Advaitavad. But somehow, by Krishna's mercy, he accepted to come for Bhakti Vriksha program. And he used to come and sit in the Bhakti Vriksha program. Looking back, right, he was never participating in anything. Now I understand why it is the case.
Why?
But he told me, like last few years back, I used to encourage him to read Krishna book. If Bhagavad Gita is difficult, or read Prabhupada's books, it's like a story kind of a thing. He never said no, but I don't think he ever read those books. And few years back, he told me that, Murli, whenever I read the line when Prabhupada says Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, he will just keep the book close. He could not accept Krishna as the supreme person. He just could not accept as a supreme person.
Cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
And then from there, I think it is the effect of Bhakti Vriksha program and his service attitude. And he used to come and do the service, whether he accepted Krishna as supreme person or not. He used to come and attend the Bhakti Vriksha programs and the service. Any service we do, he gives it like 100%. He started off with cleaning the pots for many years. One more minute. And then now he is doing the service of cleaning the floor, temple floor room. And every Sunday at 8:30 or 9, whatever be the time, he sweeps the floor. And if it is any festival falls on day, it doesn't matter. He waits till everything is gone, 9:45, 10, 11. He will sweep the floor, and then next day only he'll go back. Next only he'll reach home. And one more thing I would like to say about his dedication and sincerity, Guru Maharaj. First time when you came to his home for the program, about 15, 18 years back.
Really?
He took off from office for 3 days.
Really?
Just to clean the house, keep it clean, because Vaishnava is coming to my house. I want to keep it clean. And that was his mood, that was his mentality. And I think that is the reason, one of the reasons why he's taking initiation. And one more thing I would like to say.
You got one more thing, okay. One more thing. The clock is moving.
Okay, so one more thing. At the 15, when he said, right, when we attended Bhakti Vriksha programs, he called me one day at work and said, Murli, I am not taking any initiation from ISKCON. Then I told him, we are not giving initiation for you, but please come for Bhakti Vriksha programs. And today he is sitting here and taking initiation, Guru Maharaj. It's your mercy, Devotees Association, and And the effect of Bhakti Vriksha leaders, I don't know take the name, but Bhakti Vriksha leaders, he has become so close to them, and they're all part of one family. All those things has become a very big impact on his life. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Okay. No, just come pay obeisances, and I'm going to give you a name. You don't need the microphone. You don't need the microphone. All your secrets are now revealed. He's giving one credit. I'll extend the credit as your service mood. And Krishna accepts the heart of someone, even if. So your fault is your service mood. That was your mistake. Too much service mood. Too much loving service mood. Krishna grabbed you and... Okay, so now for those of you that have not taken part in something like this, in ISKCON, we have a procedure of taking vows before the deity, before Prabhupada, before the Vaishnavas, etc. And the first of those vows is chanting of the holy name. How many rounds, how many times around your mantra beats, japa beats, will you chant every day for the rest of your life, minimum?
Minimum 16 rounds.
Very good, very good. Very good. And the 4 rules that you'll follow?
No meat eating, no intoxication,
Yeah.
no illicit sex, and no gambling.
Okay. And I have added another one. And the other one is, as best you can for the rest of your life, you continue carefully following Prabhupada's instructions. Yes. Okay. Initiated name is Rama Dulal Das. Now, we need the microphone. We got to say something about his good wife. You gonna say?
No, Mataji.
You're gonna say? Okay.
Hi, Krishna Guru
Much
Maharaj.
shorter than the other one.
I've known Vijay Mataji for over 18 years. They were attending our Bhakti Vriksha program. And out of her many qualities, I was just connecting to the classes, like they're very pious and pure-hearted and no pride.
And no
pride.
No pride.
Yeah. So I was thinking Vijaya in those terms out of her many qualities. And of the many services that they do, one of the service, they stay back after everybody leaves the temple room, they clean the temple room, and they have been doing this for many years. Sometimes they stay back quite late in the night, all the way 11, 12 or 1 o'clock, and they see that everything is very clean. And other service, whenever Vijay Mataji visits India, she brings a lot of jewelry for the deities. If you see the ankle bells, on Krishna's lotus feet, she brings them with so much love.
Okay. He covered the rest. Your time is up. Okay. You come forward, obeisances. And same as your husband did, the vows that you'll take on your beads, how many rounds you'll chant daily for the minimum for the rest of your life.
Minimum 16 rounds of chant.
Very good. And the 4 rules that you'll follow.
No gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no meat eating.
Very good. One time, one devotee was so nervous. Prabhupada was asking him for the regular principles, and he froze. And Prabhupada said, "Oh, so that's the one you're attached to." But you did very well. And like your husband, you'll continue best effort to follow carefully the teachings of our founder Acharya, Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Your initiated name. You're going to like your initiated name. Vrindavani. Vrindavani. Dasi. There are different meanings of the name, and I think you'll like the name that it's indicating. It's a name of Radharani. She who owns Vrindavan, or she who is the queen of Vrindavan. There's only one person, the queen of Vrindavan. She who never leaves Vrindavan. A more generic meaning is embodying, or one who carries the character of Vrindavan. Vrindavani Dasi. Next. Aha.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So I've known Roshni since she first came for the Krishna house 4.5 years ago now. And we were really fortunate to keep her in Houston. Actually, only a few little gems stayed, so we were very lucky. When she first joined, the first semester she was very shy and didn't speak like so much, but when we got to know her, we realized there's just such a wonderful person here. Very, very peaceful person, very peaceful and steady, and very intelligent. She gives amazing classes. If you haven't ever been to her class, you definitely want to go. She prepares them really well and always takes us on a journey to a deeper realization. She's dedicated. She comes every day and does garland service, and she goes and does laundry for the deities. And she's just a wonderful person. I was speaking to her sister today about her childhood, and she said even in 5th grade, she would go and stay home to read the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very unusual. Yeah. And, you know, even in high school, this is a little tidbit she tells me.
This is family secrets now.
Family secrets. Even in high school, she would wear devotional clothes, which is also very, unusual. But she was just so, such a chaste and wonderful devotee. Very good devotee, will never break the principles. We know she's going to just do so well in her spiritual life here in Houston. We're so fortunate to have her association.
Okay. You got a cheerleading team. She wants to say something more.
And then she wrote a book recently, which is amazing. It's a children's book. She's such a great artist and talented writer. And she writes poetry, and she's just a very creative writer. So for children, if you have children, this book is so wonderful.
And also, her father, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, and his wife actually raised them, both of their daughters. So, Rupa Vilas Prabhu, please.
Okay. Professor Rupa Vilas. So, come forward, offer your obeisances and your vows. For her, it sounds like a piece of cake. Vows. Go ahead. The four rules that you follow in sequence, different.
No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex.
Very good. And you'll chant how many rounds every day on your beads minimum?
At least 16 rounds.
Okay. And as you've been doing, I'm sure you'll continue. Make your best effort to follow carefully Srila Prabhupada's teaching the rest of your life.
Yes, Maharaj.
It's a nice vow. Your initiated name. You're going to like your initiated name. Ruchi Devi Dasi. She knows the meaning, but Ruchi it's one of the stages of bhakti that's just before asakti, bhava, and prema. So having a taste for a spiritual taste, a spiritual hankering. That's the meaning of the name in Devi Dasi. Okay, next.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Kishore Krishna Prabhu sent message for both Ashutosh Prabhu and Vandana Mataji. He says that Ashutosh Prabhu started Krishna consciousness while he was studying at IIT Kanpur, and he was a devoted follower and regularly participating sadhana. And
Stand somewhere.
second mic, yeah. So, he moved to US for his postdoc, and he very much picked up in his japa in the association of Shyam Sundar Prabhu's japa calls in the morning. And Prabhu has been a consistent member of Srimad Bhagavatam reading group and enjoying reading Srila Prabhupada's books in his free time. So he has a very busy schedule with his work situation and professor and so on. So, but still he is very committed to his sadhana and is always willing to serve humbly. So Kishore Krishna Prabhu is very happy to recommend and congratulations for his big step. And about Vandana Mataji, she's a dedicated
Just
homemaker.
one at a time, one at a time. You boys going to be okay if you come forward? Okay. He wants the microphone. Can I have your water gun? No. Okay, let your father hold the microphone, you hold the water gun, okay? It's all right? Thank you. We're running out of time. The number of rounds you chant every day on your beads for the rest of your life, minimum?
At least 16 rounds.
Good. Ekadasi and other festival days you can increase, that's nice. And coming up, the Japa retreat.
Yes.
You'll be here for the Japa retreat?
Yes.
Okay. With your son with his squirt gun?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And the 4 rules that you'll follow?
No illicit sex, no gambling, no intoxication, no meat eating.
Okay. Don't fire that water pistol at me. It's okay. It's only a water pistol. So, and as the others have taken vows, you'll continue to, as best you can, carefully follow Prabhupada's teachings for the rest of your life. Yes?
Yes.
Your initiated name is Arjuna Das. We heard a lot about Arjuna today. Did you attend the class or you were busy with your son? You attended.
So about Vandana Mataji, they have 2 young sons, Govind and Nilmada. She's very busy, but yet very committed to her sadhana. And Maharaj has arranged her to join Bhagavatam readings in Hindi because she's most comfortable with that. And she is loving it. She has been very regular. And then she also started her Krishna consciousness after marrying Prabhu in 2020. And she is very determined despite of the other challenges. And they both as a family also helped Mantra Meditation Club at Virginia Tech University. And now they have relocated to Corpus Christi, as Sarang Prabhu said. So, Kishore Krishna Prabhu and Mataji was very happy and for this step and congratulating them. Hare Krishna.
Come forward. If I ask you in English, will you understand? Yeah, okay, good. You can answer in English too, right? Just simple. On your beads, you'll chant how many rounds every day minimum for the rest of your life? Okay, very good. And the 4 rules that you follow? You can say it in Hindi and everyone will understand. Okay, you practiced. And like your good husband, you'll also make your best effort to as carefully as you can follow Prabhupada's teachings the rest of your life, yes? Initiated name. Vimala Devi Dasi. This is your bead bag. Vimala has many meanings. One of those many meanings is there are spiritual potencies of the personality of Godhead called Svarup Shaktis. And Vimala is one of those 16 special potencies. Vimala means spotless or pure or clean, free from material contamination. Vimala Dasi. So that ends our activities here. We're way past time, but we're going to make our way over to Guranga Hall and do the yagya and so forth over there. You want the microphone? You want a microphone?
Leading us with the leading us, so we go in a procession to the Gauranga Hall for yajna ceremony. It's an auspicious fire sacrifice, like Maharaj was mentioning Agnihotra as part of the Pancha Samskara. So please join us to the yajna ceremony, and then after that we will have Arati here. And also before that, we will have to make the announcements. Chirag Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. His Holiness Prabhupada Swami Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Chirag, you got a lot younger. What happened?
Thank you so much, Maharaj. And a huge congratulations to all of the new initiates. We welcome you officially to Srila Prabhupada